Good afternoon and good evening to some of you. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate all of you for stopping by. And let me make sure you can hear me. I think you guys can hear me. Thank you guys. If you hit the like button on your way in, that would be greatly appreciated. Just read my book, Howdy. Blackberry Molasses Tea Danielle, No Pressure, Liz Livos, Miss Cruiser, my mod Very Carey, Keep Your Eyes Peeled. And Jess Andrea's Diamond B, Miss Toby, Miss Queenie, Cruiser, Angie, Styles with Tisa, Blackberry Molasses, and Youngest. Thank you all for being here. Okay, so as we may have heard, that there was some a proceeding that went on today. So I um, I just spoke about it briefly in my live this morning. I don't have any inside track to it. Uh, then a little later on this afternoon, I was hearing a whole lot of uh, different things and hearsay. I went and checked. I just went and checked a couple of videos, but I think the easiest way for us to understand what happened in court is to talk to the person who was actually in court. So I think that it would be good for us to hear from the person who actually was in court. So hold on, let me check my back chat. Hello, K-Fit? It's just, hey, okay. All right. Hey, K-Fit, how are you?
Hi, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you clear.
Okay, perfect. How are you?
I'm great. So how are you feeling today?
I'm doing okay. A little tired, just a busy day, but I'm okay. Getting ready for Christmas, as you see Jackson's Christmas tree back there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I know that I would imagine that you have some sense of relief as well.
Yes. Yes, that it's behind you, you know.
Right.
That it's behind you. So, it is some sense of some relief, It's still You still have concerns and worries, but you just have to do what you have to do, and keep moving, basically. And I just oh, you were going to say something. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
I just wanted to clarify, and I thought that there was, you know, a great place to come is to someone who actually knows legal things, also speaks truth, coherently, cohesively in things, to set the record straight. A lot of people have it confused on the timeline and series of events. And that's all I wanted to do. I'm not going to deep dive into he said, she said, or any of that. What I want to say was the series of events. First and foremost, the dates are listed in the paperwork as to when these events happened. Secondly, this case, I did not win this case by default. Okay. I did not win this case by default. Let me make that very clear. What happened was I went to court. I showed up on time. They go through the docket.
Hmm.
Um, the judge called my name to come forth. And of course, he stated that there was a motion for a continuance due to medical reasons. And he continued to say that there was no documentation submitted to support that request. And so he granted a motion to deny a continuance. And that he wanted to hear, sorry, y'all, Jax likes to change the colors in here. He wanted to hear the evidence. In the state of North Carolina, a judge can decide that. At that moment, it continued. So I just wanted to lay that piece out, of what happened this morning. And you know, he go ahead.
So there was no changing of the dates, and
No,
there was no I sent in the paperwork, but
no,
and they changed the date,
no,
but then everything was okay
no,
yesterday,
no,
and but today when I called, they said uh, they got the paperwork from my doctor, but it wasn't on the court's doctor's paperwork, so none of that
no.
happened.
When the judge
I
looked it
mean,
up,
for example, okay.
when he said that there was he's reading off of his computers because it's about 3 or 4 computer screens up there. Turn that down, baby, please. Well, I'll be done in a second, okay? Um, he there's about 4 screens sitting there, and he said there was a motion requested for a continuance due to medical reasons. However, and he stopped, he paused, and he then continued to say there are no documentation to support this request.
Okay, well,
That's what
that's
he said.
easy to understand.
Right. And he then pretty much denied that request on the spot and made a motion to then hear the evidence that I had to present. And that's how this morning went. And you see the result of that as well. And I also want to clear it up before I go and let you dive into the case as well. Just because when I first started, I always stated my child is off limits, as anyone's child should be. How you choose to defend your child is one thing. How I
Mhm.
choose to defend my child is another. Just
Exactly.
think for a second. If someone is claiming to have seen illicit photographs, know that they're being passed around to any degree, what would you think? And what would you say? How would you feel? And see, it's easy to say, well, if you're going to come here and put paperwork on somebody, you're not going to, you shouldn't do it until it's you. I'm going to protect mine at all cost.
as you should. Now, uh, okay, I'm gonna put myself in, for example, like
Okay.
me being an adult woman. When
Hmm.
I personally heard the uh, there was a town hall video, I felt disgusted. So I can imagine, and that was not my child. I felt disgusted. So I was talking today in my live this morning, and I said I would love to see the face on that judge when he hears some of these clips. Because as you know, I read the complaint and the clips that were given, and I saw that you did mention something about a town hall meeting. So, can you share with us any type of uh, responses that the judge had after he heard some of the stuff that you presented?
Yes, I will share that as Jax turns my ring light. I will share that when he got to certain parts of the evidence, he Jax, turn it down just for a second, please. Okay, turn it down, please. Um, he kind of was appalled, like he kind of looked and said, "Oh my," things like that. Um, with it almost looked like it was hard to hear, like, or in disbelief that this was being said. And he asked me to repeat myself a few times regarding some of the things that were said.
Okay, so you prevailed in your case. Is there anything else that I definitely agree with you on because the things that were said, the things that were said, I don't recall hearing any other child out here being put in that position. So it just amazes me that people talk that, oh well, if you can't fight back, this ain't the beef sector and this that, and as if you are the only person in the beef sector who has taken someone to court for their outlawish behavior.
Right.
I mean, people
Um,
have been taken to court in this beef sector for far less. But go ahead, I interrupted you.
no, agreed. And again, I can't stress this enough. I'm not looking for people to show up to a fight for my child because I'm going to be there front and center. I am going to do whatever to protect his innocence, to protect his reputation, and anything dealing with that. I am going to do so. And I feel that anything less would be a poor representation of what a parent is.
I agree.
Anything
Now,
less, because when you have children, you are there to protect them, and provide a sanctuary and a safe space for them. And when it starts to spill over that way, it is up to you to do what you want to do. Now, some people are okay with taking it. I'm not. I'm not okay. And I don't care what anyone has to say. Yes, I am weak when it comes to my child. I am very weak when it comes to my child. I am. I am weak when it comes to him. And I'm going to fight back in another way to um to ensure that he is protected. I'm not going to tussle, you know, by going back and forth and other. No, I'm not going to do that. I am going to protect him at all cost with everything in me, the legal way.
as
The,
you
the
should,
legal way, because one day he'll grow up and be able to see things on YouTube. And I
as you
refuse
should.
I refuse for it to be that. And hopefully, you know, other people, it gives other people courage to stand up and speak up for themselves as well. And I just wasn't going to lay down and take that form of harassment. um about my child. And again, and I'm going to get quite candid, I don't give a rat's ass what you all have to say, because I'm not trying to win in I'm not trying to win in the public opinion of YouTube. I'm trying to win the right way, because this is real life. Um, and yes, it is freedom of speech, but there's not freedom of consequence. You just can't.
Correct.
That's like going into a movie theater and screaming, "It's a fire" or "It's a bomb," and there is none. You can't do that. You cannot. So that's where I stand with it, and that's what it is. Period. You can call me weak, you can call me fragile, you can call me boring, you can call me whack, you can call me anything, but what you won't call me is a mother who won't stand up for hers.
Now that's I have bravo to you. Everything you said, that is right. I mean, uh okay. So everything you said, I definitely agree with. Now, because that is your first and foremost responsibility, not to strangers on YouTube. The only person you have to win in life with is with your child first and foremost. So I definitely agree with you. Now, does the judge know about? I don't know if the judge got to hear her say what the judge can't make her do and can't stop her from doing, and this is free speech. I don't know if that was presented or the
It
things
was.
about. Oh, okay. So how did he take that? Could you tell, or
He did
just
a little. He did a sarcastic chuckle.
okay, okay. So yeah, I thought that that was quite odd. Um, So, good luck with that. Is there anything else that you want to add? Because, I just want to go as deep as you want to go with it.
That's about all that I have to add. The paperwork is laid out and complete, and you actually have it. And you're more than welcome to go through it. With my permission, there is, new things that were added in there as well. And, you know, again, like I said, you can call me whatever you want to call me, but you won't call me a mom that does not protect hers.
Exactly. So, I appreciate you for coming on, and
Absolutely.
thank you. And I hope you have the remainder of your day goes well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I also, can I just clear up something or respond to something that was stated? There were several that said it was inconveniencing someone. What do you think the inconvenience was for me? What do you think the
Inconvenience.
inconvenience was for me? And again, because you're okay with people harassing you and your loved ones does not mean that I'm going to be okay. And with that said, you have a good night, Ronnie. Thank you for allowing me to come up. Thank you for speaking truths, facts, um, and laying it out exactly what it is and not adding anything to it. And being very just plain with it. This is what it is. This is the law. Um,
Yeah.
and that's what it was. And I was questioned, and I, the judge was not easy. I will say that the judge was not easy. He was not easy. He was not easy. He grilled me as well. And
Hmm.
I was able to answer all of his questions.
Yeah, so I've been hearing people thinking or saying, uh, uh, you know, I'm pretty sure in I'm not going to go there. Okay. I've been hearing people taking it as, "Oh, well, you didn't win because you didn't have to do anything because the other
No,
person didn't show up. So therefore, how do you call that a win?
I
You
was
call that a
questioned
win."
for over. The judgment was handed at 10:31. My name was called at 10:50, no, at 9:15. He started questioning me about 9. He made the motion about 9:17. And then him and me and the judge were communicating for about an hour.
Mm. Now that's a long time.
It's a very long time.
Usually,
Yes.
usually judges, have you in and out, and you'd be like, "Wait a minute, I didn't. You
Nope.
didn't
He
hear
asked. He went down. He literally went through the list. He literally went through the list of the, because in it you will see timestamps, dates. Um, there are, screenshots, screen recordings, links, all of that was presented. Because when you go into the court of law, it's not something to come in and that is not like you're going to, to the trampoline park. You're coming to take care of business, and I knew I had to be prepared. And he was asking me very tough questions. He was grilling me, actually, because you got to remember, it's just me and him now. And
Mm-hmm.
if he's going to make a judgment, he has to make sure he is answering appropriate things, because he has to check boxes.
Correct.
And this is someone who has passed the bar. This is someone who has practiced law, who is now a judge themselves. He had to, go down the list because he has to answer for his judgments that he makes.
And
And it was
his
not.
judgments. His judgment has to stand where they cannot be appealed,
Yes,
or he can be struck.
exactly,
It's something
exactly,
on his career as well.
exactly. So, he questioned. We were going back and forth for pretty much close to an hour, where he was grilling me. He was hard. He was cutting me off. Okay, what about this? Tell me this. It was not easy. I will say that it was not easy. It was not like, it was very tough. Very, very tough. But when you're determined, you will weather any storm.
As you should. So I commend you for following through and doing you needed to do to protect your son.
I appreciate it. And I will see you later. Thank you so much. I appreciate, you know, people for actually looking at the facts, stating the facts, and not adding whether you like me or not, because I don't care.
Ex-
It has
exactly.
nothing to do with whether someone likes me or not. These are the facts, and this is the law. So I appreciate you for that, and thank you for having me. Thank you to the chat for being here to hear what I had to say, and I'll see you later. And have a Merry Christmas.
You as well.
Thank you
And
so much.
tell Jackson to have a great Christmas.
I will, Jackson. Merry Christmas. Did you hear him?
Uh-huh. He said, I know what that's about.
All
All
right.
right,
Thank you
Kay.
so much. All right.
All
Bye.
right. Bye-bye. Okay, so there we have it. If you guys have any questions about what happened in court today, the only one representative in court was able to tell you what happened in court today. Um, Let me share this with you guys, what I have. One second. Here we go. Hey, Sincere. Hey, all of you who came in. Um, I don't have what King Roman News presented to you. So I do believe it's on his community post, the paperwork filed by the clerk today about the decision. I do not have that. Uh, I shared with you guys what was in the complaint. So there was a little bit added that I did not share with you guys because it has been added since I did the video where I read the entire complaint. I didn't pick and choose different sections of the complaint. I didn't have to hold on, and I didn't have to have a fat bitch to tell me, no, don't read that, keep going. I read you the whole 10 page complaint. But this has been added, and I want to share that with you uh, now. So you can go to my previous video that has this same thumbnail if you want to hear me read the entire complaint the way that it was printed and put it up on screen so you can read it along with me. You're more than welcome to go. I forget the name of the live, but it has the same thumbnail as this live. So let me share this with you. Your Honor, all of this started back in September when I asked Dovie Milton to leave me and my child alone and to please stop holding panels discussing my child and myself. Weeks later, Saturday morning live stream dated 9/28/24 titled Grand Rising. Let's start some early morning mess. Uh, where the allegations of my son's genitals being seen online with vivid descriptions of it being seen falling from behind a bath towel. For context, YouTube does multiple checks before a video can be uploaded to ensure it follows YouTube guidelines with nudities, violence, and drug. If any of the things are being displayed, not only the video, but the channel will be terminated immediately. Um, and that was a town hall of three people and pictures being okay, and that there was a town hall of three people and pictures being passed around where my child was zoomed in on his genitals. The harassment continued um, the morning wait a minute. The harassment continued the morning my private information was disclosed online with the intent to embarrass and defame my character from an arrest that was dismissed due to various reasons, which means I am not a criminal. I am not a thief. I have no criminal record. Dovie Milton took that opportunity to continue with the untruth and further harass with defamatory comments, obscenity, such as obstinately, such as I am a thief, a felon, that I added nothing to society. I have a sick son while calling my mother and plenty other things have been highlighted in the screenshots provided and timestamps of comments listed as well on various live streams with 5 different content creators while streaming from YouTube and Facebook. Dovie has also threatened to sue me because I have requested a restraining order to be put in place, which is an intimidation tactic. Dovie Milton has doubled down on this when other content creators have asked her about allegations about my child, saying that it is her freedom of speech and that if Donald Trump, who says he grabs them by the crotch, is elected president, then she can say what she wants. Dovie also, wow, Dovie also stated that a judge can't even make her change. If I want her attention, I should put paperwork on her. And the only thing a judge can do is put a restraining order for her to stop saying my name. This the timestamps and video links have been provided. Okay, now I need to go to the next one. So it starts with I am a 41-year-old woman, so I can get that next whole paragraph. One second. Okay, here it is. I am a I am a 41-year-old single mother who homeschooled my autistic nonverbal 9-year-old boy. I am an aspiring lawyer who is currently oh my god, I didn't mean to show that. Oh my I didn't mean to show that. Okay, I apologize. I didn't have a chance to redact that. Let me remove that. I apologize. Let me remove this. It has a little bit too much information than I am comfortable sharing. Oh my God. Okay, so I was unable to redact that. As you guys see, I was doing a first read. I checked for surnames and things like that. So you see that the judge did get a clear view of what was going on in this complaint. Okay, thank you, KFID. I apologize for that. Um, Yeah. Okay. So that's all I have. I just wanted to show you guys that and so that was the complaint. And just read my book. Uh I saw you put up a post that you were going to be a roving reporter today, dropping dropping by court houses and everything and what is and what's not. Okay. Autism autism and mommies for life. All right, so I just wanted you guys to see that what the complaint was, and while there's some things that I'm not comfortable showing, understand that the uh, uh, that paper that I was not the second page of that paper that I was not comfortable showing. Uh, it is a part of the complaint, so it's not like I'm not saying anybody else would show it, but I'm just saying I'm not comfortable showing it. So that's why I didn't continue with that other page because that's something that I'm not comfortable showing. So it is in the public complaint. So uh thank you guys for dropping by, and that's what I wanted to understand because things weren't making sense. Like they changed my time last night, and then this morning they said something else. And to see the actual person sitting up dancing as they on call calling court rooms, and then you see all the color drain from their face when it's obvious that they have been told that no, uh this court case went on today and you've lost this court case. And instead of them continuing to brag about all the brass shit that they have said to this person, they lose all energy, composers, and I'm pretty sure they pissed themselves and lost their bowels. And then all of a sudden, they have to end their life. I'll get back to y'all later. I gotta go. I'll get back to y'all later. So I don't know y'all, and y'all hit the like button on your way out, and I don't know you people. All right, guys, have a good day. Hey, Tweety. Hey, Femnora. Hey, just read my book. Viewers view. I hope you guys have a. I don't know you, viewers of view. Viewers of view. I don't know you. All right. So, does anybody else want to hit the link before I leave? I will offer anybody else to hit the link before I leave. Anybody? Don't let me give you a 30 like Jay Wilson after the 30. Hey, Vibrant, how you doing? After the 30. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. God bless you. Hey, soul sister, and have a good night. I thank everybody who I missed coming in. I appreciate you coming. And I hope you guys have. Do we have a picture of that facial expression? I wish we did. I wish we did. I wish we did. She turned white as just Krista. That all the blood rushed from her face, and she was white as just Krista. Child, it was a mess over there. I'm telling you, baby, a lie don't care who tell it. I am done. It's on her live, choreo lover. It is on her live. All right, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming by. And I no, I was oh, thank God. I got the morning off. All right, guys. Have a great day. Don't forget tomorrow. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Somebody's in the back. Don't forget tomorrow is Leo the Lioness Charcuterie Board Challenge at 8 Eastern Standard Time. Hey, kind. Hey, you.
Ronnie Q.
Yes.
Hi.
How you doing?
I am over here cracking up. Can you please tell me what did Debbie say?
Dovey said that can't no judge tell me nothing. And that's freedom of speech. It's freedom of speak. It's not speech, speak. It's freedom of speak. And if somebody is elected president that grab him by the I can say what I want to. So and then she was on the phone.
Oh God.
I don't have to go until the 27th, and they gave me a extension, and I got a medical because I am a sick woman. I is a sick woman, and wait a minute. They told me yesterday
Wait,
that
wait a
I
minute.
had.
She's sick. She's sick.
Mm-hmm,
Sick of what?
mm-hmm. Mhm. So they told me yesterday that I had a extension, but I called them today and they
Stop.
said I didn't send the doctor paperwork into the on the court paper. So I waiting on her to call me back.
Oh
I'm
my
waiting on her to call
gosh.
me back, and nobody called her back. But then somebody came in the chat and said, "Hey, Dovey, you lost the case. They're over there reading it right now." Well,
Bitch, I wish I could see her face.
yes, girl. And then she still, she got kind of unsure. All of the bravado that she had when she was
Yes.
repeat. Oh, then she got kind of unsure. And then she started dialing numbers on the phone and stuff. And then she was on hold, and then they told her, we're all busy. We'll call you back. Try calling later. And then she called right back again, furiously dialing. And then girl, so she got in contact with somebody, and this time she went on mute. And the first time she said, "No, I got to leave it off. I got to leave it on so you guys can hear what the people are telling me." And then, but this time, after somebody came in and told her she lost, then when somebody answered, she put it on mute, and you just see her mouth talking.
Oh my
You see the
gosh.
mouth talking, and then you see the brows furrow, and then you see the eyes start to water, and then she come back. I got to go. I got to go now. If she won, she ain't won no $1 million. But I got to go, y'all. I'll probably come back later, girl.
Just ridiculous. I just wanted to come up here and say congratulations, K-Fit, because listen, at least you took the time out, to protect your baby and your peace. Because, Miss W, that was just out of order. Crazy. Just crazy. I can't believe that she was going around just doing those things. Just the first line that you read off of that complaint was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
And the other thing about it, it was, how who did she think she was fooling when she was alive at the time that she was supposed to be actually in court, saying that, and she said that she's 2 hours away from the courthouse. But you see, I'm ready to go. But if they tell me I gotta go, I'm ready to go in. No, you weren't ready to go in, because if you were ready to go in, you would have been in. Okay,
So
I
why
have
was she
somebody in the
not there?
because some people don't think fat meat is greasy. Hold on, let
Right.
me see if this just read my book. Hey, just read
Okay.
my book. Is that you?
Howdy.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, ladies, how are
I
y'all
just read my
today?
book.
I just had to come.
Listen, I am getting my life laughing at Brownie Q because she has Debbie down pat. Down pat. That is just how she acts too.
Oh, that fool. And look, I loved Ronnie Q. Look, that's why I came up here because the way you were doing Toby just then, and I was watching that bullshit in real time. And did you see her facial expression change when she found that she was like, "What?"
Oh, yeah, you saw it in her
Is
face.
the
You
I
video
saw
still up?
it.
The
Yes,
video
History in
is
my
still
book? Is
up.
it still up?
Yes, yes.
yeah, I guess
I
it is.
just saw it this afternoon. I just saw it about noon my time. It would be 3 on the Eastern time, so it was still up. So I didn't see it in but it just to see so it happens at the very end because she immediately gets off,
My
and
ass
then
got quiet. No.
yes,
Because look, first she was like, wait a minute, let me call. You saw her get quiet and she started chewing that air
hmm
and moving back and forth and pulling back and forth and them damn sewed on dread sticks. And I said, oh, look at, then it went off. She was like, her ass is
Mm, mm,
balanced.
mm.
Oh, and I love it.
Just ridiculous. She should be ashamed of herself anyway to be involved in such mess.
But look, peep this. If she thought now, if she said that they had agreed to a Zoom hearing, then that meant you already knew you were going to be at home. So why did you continue to accept money for your transportation?
oh
You
Oh,
didn't.
she
that
got.
is
She. Wait a minute. Wait a
yes she
minute.
she
Hold on.
it is alleged by some people who said that she got over $500, and so she said that now if it was agreed that you were going to have a Zoom hearing the night before, why do you keep saying, "Well, if I got to go in, I'm ready to go in"?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. She got
Uh,
money.
Yeah.
Yes, girl. They and she said that I didn't see, I
I got
wasn't
a
really
call
paying
coming in. I'm gonna hang up real quick and come
all
back.
right. All right. So I didn't see where people said that no, go ahead and keep the money. I did see people say, well, if you have to go back on the 27, you're still going to need money. That's what I saw people say. I didn't see people say, oh no, that's okay, you just keep it. So that's the context in which people told her to keep the money because she said that she had a court date on the 27th. So they was like, well, you're still going to need the money to go on the 27th. So let's be clear. Nobody said, oh no, girl, just go on and keep that for all your troubles. No, nobody told her that.
No, and she better be grateful that she even got it again this time because I would be sure to think that by now people would have caught on to not giving her money anymore, but they still do because she's just able to make them buy this story of hers. And so, hey, maybe that's her skill. Okay. But that shit didn't work today. It
Uh,
didn't
uh,
work.
Gloria Lover, transportation to get to and from court because she has no car, she says, and
Mhm.
she says that this I don't know where that is. I live in Greensboro. I don't know nothing about where that place is. I don't know if it's north, south, east, or west. I know it's 2 hours, and I don't have no car. So that's that. So the people once again came to her rescue, and last night when she found out that she was going to have a Zoom court meeting, she didn't just go into her cash app and refund these people who sent her. You don't have to. I have to wait. I'm waiting till certain people get in here because I want to send them. You don't have to wait, sweetheart. You can just go right in that cash app where they sent it to you and refund it to you. They ain't got to be in your chat. You ain't got to wait for every person who cash app you to come in your chat to
Well,
give
well,
them their
well,
money back.
well, okay, let's hold on for just a moment. I just thought about something. Okay, so she was recently served these papers, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, I'm going to give that about, say, 3, 4 days prior. We're going to say this week. So 3, 4 days prior, so early this week.
I think it was
So
last week. I think it was the last week, and she got them too close to the court date. She got them 2 days before her court date, and
I'm talking about when she was actually served, when not when they were filed, but when she
no,
received.
when she received them, it was too close to the court date because she got them one day. She came on live and talked about them, and I have to be in court tomorrow. So that's
So
why
that was
they
this
gave
week.
her. No, that was last week. So that's why they gave her a new date, which was today.
Okay,
So,
well now wait a minute. Okay, if that was last week and they said it was just a couple of days, no, today is Friday, right?
but last week when she got the papers, okay, say she's on,
I
say
thought
we're
she
on
said
live.
she got those papers this week.
No, 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 no. Okay, I think it was last week when I did that live. I think it was last week. It was last week. Okay, it was sometime last week. She got the papers one day. She
Hmm.
came live and said, "I got the papers and I have to be in court tomorrow." So when she called the court and gave them her Dovey song and dance, they said, "Well, you didn't get the papers in far enough advance, so we're gonna set the court date for the 13th." So she had all of the weekend and up until today, and she knew she had to go. So she was able
Okay,
to,
so
what they try to say, crowdsource for Dovey to go to court, and she didn't show up.
we'll go with okay, so she found out last week, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So this is the week of the 13th. This is Friday, December the 13th. So if we go back 7 days, that puts us at the beginning of the month, basically. So where's her money?
Well, girl, I don't
I
know.
mean, because she says that she gets that widow's check, which we know is not true because you cannot get a check from a person who passed who was never a U.S. citizen. You don't get benefits. You don't get widow's benefits. So where is her money? If you just got paid, if it was like the first week of the month, isn't that when so that's when Social Security, disability, widows benefits, all of those veterans benefits come out.
Oh,
So where was your own money? Why were you already raising money and you had a fresh check?
now hold on. Now, Cruiser said the original court date was the 6th. They continued it because they had just received they had just because she had just received them the papers 2 days prior to the 6th. So she
Okay,
obviously
so she received
received
it
the
on the
papers on
4th.
the 4th.
Okay,
So
so again, the 4th, the beginning of the month. Where's
right.
your check? Where's your check?
I see. I have no idea when what date people get paid or anything, but I'm pretty
But
sure
I just gave you the
you they
schedule. I
have
just
some.
gave you the
Okay.
schedule. Where is your money? Where's your check? It's the first week of the month. So if you get disability or social security, widow's benefits, black lung benefits, all of that stuff, that comes within the first week. So where was her money? Why was she already collecting benefits? Okay,
Just think my book. Don't be asking about my money. I'm gonna sue you.
spell it.
Hold on, somebody's in the back.
Say
Hold
it
on.
3 times, damn it.
Leave me alone.
Thoo,
Leave
thoo,
me
thoo.
alone. I'ma sue you,
You gonna thoo
Miss
me.
Toby. Miss Toby,
It's me. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
It's now, Miss. Just read my book. Why are you trying to justify that woman? She probably didn't have the money once she paid the bills. Remember, because she said she doesn't get paid for YouTube because her money is stuck in China.
Girl,
Okay,
hush.
but what about, I mean, I would think that, okay, I'm not even gonna be shady right now. I was getting ready to say some shady shit. I'll stop. But has she not said several times that her husband left her very comfortable and she gets her widow's check every month?
Yes, she
Has she
did.
not
Miss
said that?
Miss Miss, just read my book.
Yes or no now.
No, 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 no. Miss, just read my book. Now you know that
Yeah.
woman lived with you, so you know that woman pockets to some extent.
Okay, so then I'm going to ask again. If it's the beginning of the month when you first get your check, where is your money? Why are you already collecting for transportation and you just got paid?
Okay, well the only question I have is if she knew that the case was was postponed um last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like to me that she waited to the last minute to get the medical documentation. It seemed like to me as soon as I found out that the case was postponed that Friday, I would have been calling my said doctor. But I don't
See,
even
that's
want to say nothing.
do
I
that.
don't
You
even.
have to
I don't
actually
even.
be seen. You can't go in there and say, "Well, I didn't feel good." You actually need a doctor's note. Like when
But
she was
no, sometimes I have gone through my chart and emailed my doctors and told them what was going on, and they would give me documentations. Now I
yeah.
don't know if she has a primary care doctor or she goes to a clinic, but I have a relationship with my primary care doctor.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but you would have something to go with in hand, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, as soon as I heard that it was postponed, and if I'm having medical conditions,
You would
Um,
what's that?
receive that.
listen, this maybe her doctor's note. Return to work or school. Bitch, bye. So,
Ah, no, no, see, no.
That's 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 um a return to work.
return to work or school. Then that's the one. Bitch, ain't nothing wrong with you. Go on and do whatever you scheduled to do. Return to work or school, girl. Bye.
That's not a no indicating that because of your medical conditions you can't appear in court and it will
It's a
be
joke. It's a joke, Miss
oh
Toby.
that's not for real.
Of
Oh, that's
course
fake.
not. Yeah.
Oh, okay, girl. I was about to break it down and say work or school. What the fuck?
I pulled that up on fake doctor's notes.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, but my thing is kind to me exactly why would you try to call the day before you go to court to request a postponement? As soon as they postponed the first hearing and you think you have medical issues, the first thing I would have did was go into my chart and have a conversation with my doctor and explain the situation and that, I'm not able to appear in court. But from my understanding, they don't have Zooms.
And the simple fact, what happened to Monday,
Not since
Tuesday, and
COVID is
Wednesday?
over.
What happened to Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday? To try to make sure you had yourself positioned. You telling me the night
No,
before?
what happened? No, to me, what happened Friday at 10 o'clock a.m. when
Really?
they postponed it
Hmm.
for you. You should have got on the phone with your doctor at 10:01. But no, what
And
she
you
did was she got online and talked about the
got
case, which is
uh
crazy. Why are you
right.
online talking about a pendamenta? But I'll
Mm,
digress.
Well, because she wanted some more stuff to be added to it.
Um,
Like
um,
so that's when you hear people say, "I'll add to it before I take something from it." So you see what adding to it can do for you sometimes. So you have the right to remain silent, people. So yeah.
well, that's
well,
all I had to. That's all I just had. That's all I had to say, y'all. I'm about to drop down. I need to charge my cell phone.
All
Miss
right, Miss Toby.
Toby.
All right, later.
Well, I will say this. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, y'all. Oh Lord, my allergies. I'm sorry. I will say this. No, I can't even say it because that's no, it's bullshit. I just
Well,
want
this is the place for the bullshit. We in the bullshit section of the show right now. Just
That
read my book.
Okay, well then I feel welcome. Thank you. I want to see this shit up. I just cannot wait. I want her to go ahead. When I tell y'all, I was looking forward to seeing her in that courtroom with that jibby shit. Because if y'all could have been there when I was in court with her those 4 times, oh baby. When I tell you that, see, she told the story. Nobody ever heard what I said about what happened in court. They only heard her side. But when I tell you that the bailiff, the woman by the side, the court reporter,
Court reporter.
yeah, the people when I tell you they were doing everything to keep from cracking up and it didn't work. They tried when her ass started with that jibby shit and talking about all kinds of stuff. Oh my God. When I tell you, I couldn't even be embarrassed because the shit was so stupid. The same shit she was doing before. She got to talking about toilet tissue
Oh
and
Lord.
all kinds of shit. And when I'm telling you the people now the judge said, what are we here today to discuss? And this happened start talking about toilet tissue. When I tell you, and they were cracking up and trying hard to hold it, and oh no. And I was really looking forward to seeing this today because I just happened to take my little stuff. I had to do a little shopping, so I was in the neighborhood.
Oh,
You
well, my
know,
goodness.
yeah,
My
I was in
goodness.
the neighborhood.
Sometimes you gotta get out the house and you
Mhm.
know, enjoy your surroundings. I
Right.
understand it. Oh my God.
And it is the
Oh,
holidays. You can shop, in different areas and see what's available. So I did. I want to see what was around.
look at all the new Christmas decorations. I love this time of year. See,
Especially
yes,
by the
girl.
municipal court building. Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
Girl.
Oh,
So
heifer.
that would have been interesting. I would have loved to hear your rendition of the and somebody had a good point. One of the people in the back said, "How did the damn court reporter even
Treasure.
transcribe anything Dovey was saying?" That is a good question.
Oh, first of all, let me tell you what was even better. See, I should have saved this for mine, but I'll tell you anyway. I'm gonna tell you what was even better. You They had a TV in the courtroom, right?
Uh-huh.
So they pulled up one of her videos when she was talking.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
Oh Lord.
what I tell you, look, this is the best I could do was drop my head. I couldn't look at anybody. You know how you sit there and you sit and you're looking out. Everybody's in front of you, right? When you're on the
Right.
stand. I couldn't look at those people. I was like, if I did, I was gonna bust out, right? So I dropped my head. But you know how you drop your head, but you raise your eyelash and like people.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
When I tell you the folks was rolling the fuck up on the floor, and they were turning every color. I saw. Look, I saw. Look, two people that started out the same complexion. One looked burgundy, and the other one looked like milk. One had lost all the blood in her face, and the other one turned red as a beet. That shit was so funny. And when the DA tipped his head down, I'm like, oh my God, he's about to blow a gasket. The DA tipped his head down and damn near put his mouth in his collar by his necktie. She was on the end, and I said that, and I said, because I was a dirty motherfucker. You hear me, bitch? What did I tell you? You said I'm a. And she kept, and then and then that's what I said. Yeah, they in that damn to the house. When I
We are saying that real world people are seeing the Dovinese speaking in proper places. Can you imagine?
No, can you imagine what I just said? Now look, all of this going, and I gotta hold my face right. I
And
gotta
they
hold
ain't
my
helping.
face
And the
right.
people in the crowd ain't helping. Cause
No,
girl,
so I just tried to just keep hold my head down, but I kept peeping up on. Oh my god! Woo! I'm telling y'all, that was that shit. Look, oh my god! So when I tell you that was a long ass 15 minutes,
now you say you guys
oh
had to go
god,
4 times.
yeah.
Okay, so this last thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I think of people have it confused with your thing too. So the first time she thought she had won because they gave her a morning time and gave you a afternoon time.
Right. They gave us two different court dates. So she thought that she had won. And it's not so much that she had won, it would be that it would be pretty much a default that I didn't show up, so they just ruled in her favor. But that's not what happened. That's why we had to
Mhm.
go back.
Okay, so that time, now she said that they had to come get you. Did they have to come get you at the second one?
Nope, that was a big old lie too. Now this story I definitely wanted to say for my channel, but I'll go ahead and tell you. No, all of that was a lie where she was saying, oh, they had to send people to go get her because she wasn't coming. First of all,
Child, you ain't told that story yet.
no, I haven't.
Cause people thinking that they was like, well, what time, which one did they had to go get just read my book for? Go ahead.
I know people are wondering, but I said when I felt like talking about it, I would. See, I don't care about that shit. See, look, there's things that are important to me, and so don't think that just because I don't speak about things that that I'm not taking care of it. But I'm not. That's not it's not eating up my time and my mind and my life and my priorities and things like that. That's something that she can go through and break her brain out, or other people, and it's usually the people, it's the offenders who don't have the peace. I've got peace. So it's like, I mean, I'm gonna do something about it. I am doing things about it. I have done things about it, but I don't get my nose been out of joint like that. That's why I haven't really said anything about it. But I did say that one day I was going to do it like on members only or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on,
So
excuse me.
that was categorically untrue.
Oh yes, untrue. Well, no. Well, let me give it to you this way. Well, yeah, the way she said it, it was not true. That was a straight up lie. No. Um, what happened is, again, we had two different court dates, and they were short a judge, and I think they said, yeah, and they were having something going on with the wiring or something like that. So anyway, they were having some technical issues in the courtroom, so they had a magistrate in there. She already had an attitude. She had a headache. We know because she told us that she had a migraine and she kept rubbing her head. Well,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So anyway, make a long story short. So when they called my name and her name, I didn't answer. And that's when the people who were there said, well, wait a minute. This is not the court date and time. I mean, this is not the court time that she was given. This is the time she was given. And they said, well, then you need to do a continuance. Well, the magistrate said, well, I'm not doing that. Either she's going to get here now or I'm ruling, which was not fair. And
Oh.
because, no, right, it wasn't fair. And because that was not fair, there were a couple of people who decided, they're like, you know what? That's not fair. At least she needs to get, at least if we can get her here, then at least she can speak for herself. It's not fair for her to lose just because she's not here.
No fault of her own, because of our mistake. Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. So they volunteered to come and get me. I was not summoned. It was not through law enforcement. It was none of that.
And
They
it was not for and it was not because you were purposely a no-show.
No, not at all. Because I had my corporate. I mean, come on. Do you really think I would be sitting there talking about? And I didn't. No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
So now we're
Nope.
clear
Okay.
because
And with
I do
all
remember you coming back out saying, I got one day and time, and she got a different day and time, and
right,
it has been rescheduled, and that whatever that magistrate put on there had been removed.
exactly.
Okay.
So when we went back the third time, they had to undo that before we could proceed with the case again.
Now she just may as well had did it right the first place. Talking about she got a headache and all that stuff. That made her look unprofessional.
Oh yeah.
Why would you? Well, that's her job, but
Yeah. And
I
then
would.
she was very, very snippy and oh my God, she was very snippy and curmudgeon. Oh my God, she was. I'm serious because the person look the person who okay, W had a public defender, right? And he kept asking me questions. And I'm looking, I said, well, what does that have to do with anything? And before I could get the whole question up, I said, well, what does that have to do with? And she turned around to me and said, you don't ask the questions here. I do.
And then she turned around and asked the same question you asked, huh? No, I'm just kidding.
Like, bitch, I mean, girl, look, I was like, ooh, remember where you are. To see, had I been anywhere else in the world, that would have went a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I had to remember where I was. Child, I'm sitting in there in that little box, 2 feet next to her, and she's sitting like 2 feet away from me, but 2 feet higher too, because they got the witness box sitting lower than the judge's bench.
Well, wait a minute. This was the same. You had to go back before the same woman who messed up.
This was all the same day. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So see, and that's what. Oh my goodness. I was like, oh, so it didn't start out right, and it did not end up right either. No. Oh, it was ridiculous. And then the man kept asking me, "Do you know who Passage Wilson is?" I said, "Who?" He said, "Passage Wilson." I said, I don't know who that is, and what does that have to do? And that's when the magistrate said, you don't ask the questions here, I do. I'm like, well, shit. So I'm looking. So I turn and I look at the DA because, see, when I filed, because of the fact that it was for communicating threats, the state picked it up. So, attorney or not, it's the DA
Right.
who prosecutes. So I turn and I sit and I turn and I look at my head and I look at the DA like, you ain't gonna say something, damn it. I mean, damn, something. Wave your hand. What's the secret handshake or some shit? The signal. So anyway, I said I don't know who Passage Wilson is. And so he pulls out this paper and he hands it to the DA and they walk up to the stand and they hand it to me and have me look at it and say, do you know this person? I said, Jay Wilson?
Oh my God. She misspelled Pastor Wilson.
Yeah, it was Pastor J. Pastor.
Oh Lord. I'm like, who is it? I was like,
That's what I didn't know. Ronnie Q. When I tell you, I didn't know who the hell that was, and he was trying to get, he was getting down to the nitty gritty with me, trying to grill me, and I'm like, well, what? And then I turn, and the magistrate telling me shut the fuck up, and I'm like, well, damn. And then when they walk the paper up to me, and I look at, it, I'm like, Pastor Jay Wilson. I'm like, oh, I'm like, well, wait a minute, how did Jay Wilson get into this?
The name was Passage Wilson that
Yes.
they asked Passage.
Passage Wilson, yes, because it said Passaj space Wilson. So Passage. So he thought it was Passage. So he's strolling. He's talking to me like, oh, he got me like he knows because Passage Wilson said. I'm like, I don't even know who a fucking Passage Wilson is. Like he knows some shit. I'm like, what? I said, oh, James Wilcox. Oh, okay. Yeah. But then I'm like, so what about it? It said, we're establishing the pattern. We're showing that you like to threaten. I said, threaten? I said, I never threatened him. It said, well, we have it here. I said, well, where can I? And the dead magistrate tries to shut me down again. Like I can't ask fucking questions. That's the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. I'm trying, if you're going to tell me that somebody said, I said or did something and you got this paper, well, how can you ask me? Don't you think that my response would be partially a question? Like, I mean,
if you haven't presented any threat that I gave to him, of course I'm gonna have a question. Where you
right?
Okay, you just can't ask me a name. Didn't you threaten them too? No, you got to prove that I threatened them. What are you talking about?
And that's what I was asking, and she's like, no, well. So at this point, it's like I'm just sitting there. Because I mean, what can I say? I mean, you're not gonna make me incriminate myself, but then it's like, well, okay, you're saying I threatened him. Well, define threat. Well, guess what? That's another question. But what do you mean threat? So what they were what they were trying to express was that I said that I would take him to court, that I would sue him. So they were trying to establish that I have a pattern of threatening people with litigation. I'm like, now where do you see a pattern? I've only taken one person. That was Dovey. And Passage kept fucking with me and telling lies on me. So I told him there was room on the bench for him too. Okay. So
not much. If it was 6 months ago, it wasn't much. How big was that bench?
Well, it doesn't matter because they gonna make him an extra damn seat. I'll tell you that. Because I'm not playing with it. No, because and especially because he lied. Oh my goodness. That man lied. And when they even he even received a cease and desist from my attorney. Not
Passage Wilson did.
Yeah, Passage Wilson did. Yeah, child.
What?
No,
he didn't talk about. He couldn't because he had to shut the hell up.
No. He didn't get a cease and desist. What is that lady said the other day? She said, assist in disease. What the hell did she say? Assist in deceased. Assist in deceased. I was like, you gonna help him die? What the hell you talking? It was Red. It was Louisiana Red and Dovey talking about they had assist in deceased. Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm. No, I kind of self-translate what she's saying, so that probably just skipped right over me. But you got to self-translate, just like those, you speak Spanish into your phone and it gives you the English version. That's what I have to do with Dovey.
Well, I don't think they got an app to do all of that just yet. But
But hey, I hope it's not that much. I hope it's not in such big demand. I've never seen a grown woman speak that way. Who is born and raised in the United States? That is, but you know. So just read my book. I'm glad that you came up and cleared that up because now them trying to say that saying you're gonna sue someone, you're not the only one who had to let Pastor Wilson know if he kept lying on you that he better stop lying on you because he was causing you some type of harm. So
mhm,
he has a pattern of doing that as well. But so you can't forewarn a person that you're going to take legal action, but or being over litigious and filing a bunch of frivolous lawsuits that can get you in trouble if they
right,
see a pattern of you being over litigious and having these non cases, just bringing people to court on BS. See, those are the type of things that can definitely uh, be frowned upon in when you really go to court.
right. And see, that's the whole thing. And I'm not doing that. And see, this is another thing too. Now, I would just keep this under my hat because I don't want to give somebody, something to work with. But she's so dumb, it's too late anyway. So I'm gonna say it. See, you can't come out and say exactly what it is that you're gonna do and then think that people are not listening to you. We all hear everything. Even the ones that claim that we don't watch them. I
I
don't.
don't watch you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sue you. I can't go through ways. I'm gonna sue you.
Right. And that's what I'm talking about. Right there. You keep saying paper goes both ways. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. You're already telling people. We've got so many recordings of you saying and clips of you saying that it's retaliation. You don't have a case. You're just doing it because someone else is suing you. So you're the one with the frivolous lawsuits. You're suing out of retaliation because you keep saying paper goes both ways. And no matter what you do from this point on, it's not going to matter because that's going to be taken into account.
And
Dummy.
all this, and she can't say my name either. No,
No,
actually,
that wasn't what in the court order. The court
act,
order didn't say that.
actually, you have been the one who have was found harassing, but who
Hmm.
gives a fuck about you or your name, bitch? There's many ways to skin a cat. Nobody has to call your name. I think she was calling her straw something. I don't even think her name was even really called because it's more than one way to skin the cat. Don't nobody got to call her name. I mean, what are you going to talk about? Nobody likes to talk about liars all day. So, girl, bye. So, that's all I got on this.
Well, you know what? I am going to. I see this got my juices flowing. And I've got a lot to say, so I think I'm gonna go and strike up a members only because there's a lot of things that have been on my mind lately, especially because, like, we've been hearing about this stuff for the past couple of days, but just before then, we heard her going off the deep end because she was already trying to get ahead of the game by trying to establish her bullshit alibi.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, you see, during that, she told some more on herself.
Oh.
Yeah, but that made me start thinking about things, and I got some things to say because I'll tell you, Rodney Q. I would say you would not believe it, but knowing how we know Dovey, you would.
Mhm.
You would believe it. um, the phone calls that I've heard her on while she was here. Oh my goodness! When I tell you that, look, nobody is safe. with the phone calls that I sat here and witnessed about her own flesh and blood. Mm, she
I
damn
can
sure.
imagine.
Yeah. No, you
Wait
can't.
a minute. No, wait. Hold on. Hold
You
on.
can't.
Okay. I
No,
don't know. So you had a up close and personal. I'm sitting at home and I'm being me type of thing. So imagine she, did you see her when she was on live this morning? Uh, and she got a phone call and she muted and she said she came back one time and said, "That's my children. I got to take care of my children, and they still your kids." And then she got
she got
another
that from
call
Nika.
and she got another call and
Hmm.
she came back and she unmuted the mic and then she was saying, "Wouldn't call me that much if I lived in Florida." And then she realized that she had unmuted the mic before she wanted to. She was talking all cantankerous to the phone, like, "God damn it, why you wouldn't call me that much if I was living in Florida?" And then she went, "Oh,
Mm.
excuse me, y'all. Like, why you being nice to the y'alls? Why you saying this to obviously somebody who live in Florida where you from, probably your kid again?" I was just like, "Oh, look at this bitch."
And all of that, you know what? No, I'm not. Ooh, well, damn, I almost said something. No, but I'll tell you what. She is so full of shit. And what I'm gonna tell you is this: my heart goes out to her children. Do you hear me? My heart
Well,
goes out to her children and her grandchildren. It really does, because I've seen who she is. And for what I've seen of her, of who she is, that means that's just one facet of her. That means that there's still 10 more.
yeah, yeah. But that's why she was on that bus. Was it the bus, the train, or the bus, or whatever? Talking about she was on her way to Connecticut, and
Hmm.
truth be told, she ought to be grateful, but some people don't know when to be grateful because they're ingrates. So she ought to be grateful that you offered her a place to wait to lay her weary head. But some people don't understand what that means.
Well, listen, it wasn't even about, I wasn't looking for gratitude or anything like that. I just, I did what I was supposed to do, and that's the best that I can say. Some
Hmm.
people can understand that, some people don't. But I did what I was supposed to do, and that was it. And I'm not going to let my experience with her deter me from caring for another person.
And
It's
that's a
not.
good thing.
Yeah, it's not. And there's so many things about her that I feel so bad about her for, because a lot of what's wrong with her isn't her fault. However, she is old enough and grown enough and aware enough to have acknowledged and therefore become accountable for what she does.
Hmm.
So I'm not giving her an excuse or a pass. I have empathy, but I have no tolerance. Those are two different things.
Right. So, a lot of people haven't been taught different things in different ways growing up. Like, you even hear her say uh, the dude had to shoot a peppermint up in her because her mother didn't teach her how to wash herself.
Hmm.
Okay. So, at some point, you become an adult, you learn, and you learn how to wash yourself. So, with that, at some point, you cannot continue to lean on how you grew up and the things that you didn't do, and when you were a youngster, and you grow up and you learn how to be a functioning adult, but or not.
Right. Well, right or not. That's the thing. Some people, what you see on the outside is a shell. You don't know what's inside of that body brain wise. You don't know the maturity level. You don't know. You look at a person, and because they appear to be an adult, you expect them to behave like an adult. But
Yeah.
everyone is not mentally. And
Yeah,
then
you're
there's,
right.
yeah, so there's just some things, and once we like us in society, we recognize certain things in a person, and that helps us deal with people a little differently. Like if you knew somebody was there was nothing wrong with somebody, they just full of shit, you gonna say, if you don't sit your ass back up, right? But
Right.
when you notice that there's somebody and you can tell that there's something wrong, you don't give them that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. And she's just one of those who kind of falls in between. I mean, from the outside, I mean, you've got this appearance, and then you hear this mouth, and then you see the action. So you're like, well, shit. Well, if you're gonna be like this all the way around, we don't have to acknowledge that something's wrong with you. We know something's wrong with you, but you're letting us know that you know something is wrong with you too. So it's between me and you, and somebody can't give a fuck. Now, which one is it gonna be?
It's gonna be me not giving a fuck. See that makes people susceptible to people who use them. That's a primary example of somebody who cannot accept the kindness of others, but they are so willing to be used by people who will have them in these types of situations they find themselves in time after time after time.
Mhm.
Uh, so, it is what it is.
It is. It is. And I wish that things were not for her the way that they've been throughout her life. But she can still she can turn around today and accept life in a new way, a new beautiful way, if she chose
Listen,
to. If she
listen,
chose to, but she.
listen. If you don't get off of here sounding like some old evangelist, some old Baptist tent revival preacher, you
What?
better get out of here. Oh, come to Jesus. Come to. Does you sound like you saying to come to Jesus? All right, I gotta get out of here. It's been nice talking to you, but I gotta walk my dogs. I'm
Okay,
so
and you
sorry.
too. I enjoyed my time with you, and thanks for having me.
All right, we gonna pray. We gonna pray on our way out as my cat dance his little tail off. Thank you. It's been so. You let us in on a lot of things, so I appreciate you for coming up.
Thank you. Now I'm gonna go look at my Sugarfoot while your little kitty dances. Let me go get Sugarfoot. You have a
All
good
right.
night. Bye bye. Bye everybody.
All right. I thank Just Read My Book for coming up, and I thank K Fit for coming on and sharing with us her experience of the day. Don't forget, tomorrow is Leo the Lion is Queen charcuterie board competition, and the following is at 8 p.m. Pacific, no, Eastern Standard Time, and the following day, Sunday, is my subscribers the third annual, what is it? Third annual, what the hell is it? My third annual content creators give back to subscribers, the Secret Santa, where content creators come on the panel, exchange gifts between $25 and $50, and then they turn around and give those gifts to you in the chat. So come out and put your cash app in the chat, and maybe a content creator will bless you the way you have blessed us with your clicks, your views, and your support all year long. So that's it for me. You guys take care. I'll see you guys on the YouTube streets. Bye bye.
In the morning when I'm driving, I really come alive when I listen to my Ronnie, I listen to my Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q.